YAJFM. YAJ.
Yeah.
Welcome to YAJ. Welcome to YAJ.
What's up, spiritual brothers and sisters, on a YouTube Tuesday? As you can hear, I'm a little tired today. Had a lot of work.
Been a long day.
Long day. As always, my kids and my grandkids. And happy 23rd day of June. We're almost at the end of the month.
And I got 2 days, and I got 2 children turning 23.
23.
2,323 years old.
7 o'clock. First, I want to say my condolences to a friend of mine. Right.
And we've lost quite a few people here lately, and it's not very good.
Well, it's not even that. It's a wake-up call. And welcome to, I keep telling you, I'm going to explain to you, I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. You got to get up out of here. There's nothing here. It wasn't meant for us to stay here. I don't understand why we can't get it through our thick heads. It's time for us to move on. And you're going to move on one way or another. You just ain't figured it out yet. But
I want to kind of get some things done in life before I go.
and that's where we are. Before we get started, hold on 1 second. Started, I want to say the whole reason for my topic tonight, relationship.
We're doing relationships.
Not just that we're doing relationships, but the simple fact is, what everybody needs to understand is.
Hi, Susie. Hi, Wanda.
Hi, everybody.
Oscar.
Oh, what's up, cuz? The reason why I'm doing relationships, because everybody should know the definition of relationship. I'm not going to sit there and go through it with you. Because 2 things about relationship that I want people to understand.
We're talking about friend relationship.
No, we're talking about a relationship between a male and female.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about a relationship between man and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. We're talking about parent, child, or children, co-workers, friends, family. The reason why I chose this subject today is because what happened to a co-worker today.
Okay, gotcha.
And what I'm not understanding, and again, I'm not trying to make this racial, but I'm trying to point out facts.
There is in lots of places. There are still that in places.
I understand that. But what I want everyone to understand is that a relationship between people, doesn't matter black or white, purple, green, blue, orange, lucky stars, green clovers, and blue diamonds. It does not matter. But what does matter is that in a relationship, why is it that you can say whatever you want to me and I can't defend myself? If I do defend myself, you are protected by laws. You are protected by whoever or whomever it may be.
Gotcha, Susie.
What I'm saying, and I'm going to get to the story of why I did the story on relationship, is that a coworker went to West Virginia today. He's black. He went to West Virginia to do his job. He got accosted by 3 white male individuals who asked him to leave their town. And he did the smart thing by saying, okay. What I want you all to understand is, as me and Veronica Rose already know, they gave him a warning. That's what I said, because I lived in a small town. I truly understand. What he did was the right thing. he left without confrontation because they would have strung him up right then and there.
Not per se strong him up, but there could be things that could go on that could have been a lot worse.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is that they heard that, the company knows that, then don't send somebody else down there
Right. And they
and put them through it.
they requested that they send a white male or somebody that's white. But as a company, you shouldn't be doing business like that. Because what if he did get hurt? What if he got beat up? And see, this is what I'm trying to explain to people who don't understand this, who's never lived in a small town, or people who do hide behind their color. This is not cool. When you're just doing, it's female. There's a female right here. What if, say we were at a party somewhere, minding our own business, having a great time. She went to the woods to go to the bathroom. But unbeknownst to her, somebody followed her, attacked her while she was taking a pee. And I'm over there minding my own business, enjoying myself, not understanding what's going on with her. What if I took her to an all-black party and that happened to her? Or we went to a mixed party. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't that he wasn't out of his element, because most of the time we are. What I'm saying is...
Well, I can say, I have been to a dance. It was a family dance party that a friend of mine's ex-husband's family puts together to go dancing. And I've been there, and I'm telling you what, probably about maybe 4 white people compared to the rest of them. But I had a good time. I like to dance.
Right.
We danced. We had a good time. No problems. I enjoy dancing. That's me.
But one thing about, and I have an ex-wife. Family was from West Virginia.
Susie's not in the woods.
In the woods. But
well, she did ask, did he get out of there before dark?
Yes.
And I said yes.
You have to understand. Even my ex-wife told me, there are places in West Virginia I couldn't go, and which I clearly understand. But my whole thing is, it's kind of funny that it's mostly in rural white neighborhoods.
Oscar said, put the area on blast. They deserve the publicity.
I can't really do that because I work for the company. But I can say
but
it
the
wasn't
company needs to know.
Right.
Don't you dare send somebody out there when you already know this.
Yeah.
To put somebody in jeopardy. Because that's wrong.
Next time, there might not be a warning. Next time, they might get jumped. And that's not cool. And, my cousin know, our family is from a small town in Virginia. We know. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot in our small town. And we clearly understand that.
Well, I've been in a small town and I've seen some things too. So.
But we are trying to understand this. How is it that you keep pointing the finger in the black culture, how terrible we are, but yet you still got your stuff going on in your white culture? You still telling people that you got to leave a town. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. That's why I chose this topic, relationship.
Well, my thing is, okay, like I told you, if you don't want that, and say all the drivers that are for the company, you might have white people that are driving. But the other part is, if that person's out and all you have is a black driver to go down there, you can't push them to go down there, then you're going to have to deny them service. Because if that's not what you want, you may not get your service then.
In a relationship, we're supposed to have a relationship with God. But I'm seeing a lot of people have a relationship with demons.
Well, somebody said there are a lot more demons out there right now than there are angels.
I understand that. But I can't keep reading the Bible and tell me to turn the other cheek when one side is being more forceful than the other. What am I going, God's going to take care of you. That's not how it works no more.
Oscar said, "Hand him up after the show."
Can I do that tomorrow?
He'll get you, Oscar. He'll get you.
Can I? Because I gotta get up at 2:30 in the morning. But what I'm trying to get at is this, and what I want everybody to understand is this: that we are supposed to have a relationship with God, and it doesn't feel that way. We're supposed to have a relationship with male or female, doesn't matter what color it is. We're supposed to have a relationship that's supposed to be loving, not hatred. You know, this whole without the opposite, you can't have the other. That is crap. I'm starting to see that is crap because it seems like to me on the other side, if you harm me, I still go to prison behind me defending myself. So that's a double standard. If I had went down there and these guys had to jump me and I defend myself, and here comes the local yokels, and then
Susie said, "Police by day, KKK by night."
well, and that's fine, but why is it that we can't be Black Panthers? Look, somebody on Facebook did a marvelous job. They said, hold up. How is it that the government destroyed the Black Panthers who was doing for their community? But the KKK is still running rampant. How come there is always a gang that y'all always dismantle, but the KKK is still running rampant? I try not to make this racial, but what I'm saying is this could have got really nasty fast because, like he said, he had no telephone service. So who is he going to call? No telephone service. So hopefully this kid had a great relationship with God because that's what got him out of this.
Or an angel.
See, that's the whole thing, what I'm trying to tell you. If you have not learned that we are getting up out of here one way or another, if you have not learned that you as an individual can be the best person that you can be despite the others. But I'll be damned if you want to sit there and corner me like some wild dog and think you're going to take advantage of me. No. The courts in Henrico County do enough of that. And they got one more year of that.
Oscar said he gets up and dressed by 4 a.m. He'll be ready for your call.
I don't even have your number. I don't even. Wait, oh, that's right.
1-800 call.
You on Instagram. I'll hit you up on Instagram. What I'm trying to tell you is this, and I thank Veronica Rose for now seeing it for what it is. And
you keep telling me for what it is. I've seen my own stuff.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you're seeing it for the future of our children.
Oh, our children are
grandchildren.
going to have some issues.
Yeah.
And they're going to have a lot of things to go through.
Yeah.
And it depends on how this country even goes by the time they get our age.
Yeah.
If they even make it to our age.
Yeah. The difference is that maybe the hatred might be a little less, but the social distancing will be greater.
If they stop putting the hatred out there, we wouldn't have problems. There's a lot of towns and countries that really don't have a whole lot of problems. I've noticed that there are certain countries that are having problems. So only several of them that are picked. And there's a lot of people that just stand back because they don't want to be a part of it and are just fine. But is these people that are trying, like you said, the evil, they're trying to come in there and start something, trying to, you know, how you watch the movies where you see the black shadows coming through to try to start something, and you got the white light and the angels coming through to try to fight back. Well, it seems like the darkness is coming more than the light.
I mean, what are you trying to prove? That you got more firepower? What are you trying to prove? I'm just trying to figure all that out, because what I'm seeing is that You're only great in numbers outside of jail and prison, but you're short in numbers when you go inside because you're all equals then. Ain't no snitching.
Oh, they're snitching.
Oh, that's why they get
They're
hurt.
snitching.
That's why they have
And
to
the
go to
ones that are
protective
snitching
custody.
get to stay out.
Mhm. But look, my time's almost up. But what I'm trying to tell you is this.
They'll put you in on Messenger.
Okay. My time. Relationship.
Well, that's the only relationship you talked about. You said relationship between couples and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
because all this builds up to relationships. Because
Well, you got all kinds of relationships. You
we
got relationships
we're
with
not
people that
talking
get
about
along,
physical.
and you got relationships that no, I'm talking about like evilness also. You
Oh.
have relationships that, you know, where you have the couples that are in relationships that actually get along and they're calm and, you know, and all this and that. Then you have the other relationships that just have, I wouldn't say hatred, it's just more, it's like two people with time bombs that are ready to go off at any time. And then you have ones that, oh, we're fine right now. And the next minute you turn around and it's like, bam.
How's it that the hatred's one-sided? How's it that his hatred is one-sided? But again, those same haters are the ones who got all the guns.
Well, it's not all haters got guns.
Yeah, they do.
No, everybody's getting guns now.
I'm saying.
Everybody.
Because those are the ones going out being vigilantes. Anytime you tell somebody to get out of your town, what's that tell you? I've only seen that a couple times.
Well, get out of your town and stuff like that because you don't want to put up with it. That's, you know, that's getting a little too far fetched.
Well, I got a video that shows up otherwise.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying that, you know,
I'm telling you, this Jim.
you've been living your life this long, and all of a sudden, all of 2020 has been chaotic, crazy, whatever you want to call it. Now, all of a sudden, everybody's opening up and acting all crazy and going off on this and going off on that when everything was fine until 2020.
Mm-hmm. You mean 2016? I'm gonna say it like this.
Say hi to your mother.
I'm gonna say it like this.
Hi, Ruth.
90, 80, 70, and I'm still shaky on 60s. It's time for y'all to go on with the Lord or whatever y'all need to go with demons or whatever y'all need to do. It's time for y'all to move on. Because I can see right now that you're not helping. None of you. Doesn't matter what color you are. You're not helping. You still are, because if you were helping, you would change what is. Most of us don't want to go back to the dinosaur ages. We don't.
Well, I know I don't, because I'm going to tell you what. Them dinosaurs were bigger than we were. We ain't got to worry about anybody killing us. We just get crunched by the dinosaur.
I'm just, this is stupid. I didn't spend 50 years of my life still hiding in the shell.
Oh, like, what's that movie?
V for Vendetta. Okay.
I know it's the one that the cranks, the crops, whatever. I watched it with my brother, and it's in the dinosaur age. Dad kept keeping them in the cave at night, keep them in the cave, wouldn't go no further than their perimeter. And finally, the daughter found somebody and got out of it. And Dad was just like, "Oh my God, we can't leave." But you've got to venture out and find other places to go. Venture out. Yes, it's scary, but you know what? You never know what you might find on the other side.
Look, we
I
out.
want to say Quest is a part of this world now.
I'm just saying,
Quest.
either God, you end it, or you allow us to do what we need to do, because this is a little unfair. This advantage is totally unfair. We're supposed to be all preaching your word. We're supposed to be in the Bible, but it doesn't seem that way. It seems like, you know, the glorification of evil doings is really running rampant. Why should I have to wait till I die? You're only giving me one life. Yeah, what? If that's the case, then go ahead and take it so I can move on to the next. But sitting here working my tail off for peanuts, or working my tail off and then there's a 9mm in my face because of the color of my skin, how is that even justification of any kind of Christianity? How? That sounds like a bunch of bull to me. then why do I need to keep reading the Bible? And I know my mom would be like, no.
Yeah, but you have to understand this.
Nah.
Since the quarantine, nobody's
Since
been going.
Trump.
Well, since the quarantine, nobody has gone to church. Now, some of the churches have opened up. And my parents' church has opened up. And they've been going to church. And there's other churches that start opening up. There's some that are not opening until probably the end of the summer.
Oh yeah, before I go, Mr. Bubba Wallace, I read your story. Dude, I truly, doesn't matter if you are a biracial child or not, this is what you go through. And believe me, all you kids who are biracial and you want to pick one color, your dominant color is black. I'm sorry to say. So this man, young man, and I'm glad NASCAR supported him. And I used to watch NASCAR. I used to love Dale Earnhardt Sr. race, Richard Pettit. And believe me, I was thrilled that they actually backed this man. Because come on, man. It's just, I don't care if it's a white boy sport or not. It's racing. That's the whole point of it. It's racing. It doesn't matter who the hell's behind the damn wheel. Most of y'all put Danica Patrick in the wall in her entire career. Poor child didn't even win one race. Come on, man. Let's get over it. Every other sport is integrated. Come on, man. And that's truly uncalled for, what this individual did. But see, that's what I'm saying. You people see this and you don't say nothing, or you just like turn your head like it doesn't exist. But God forbid somebody hurt you or a family member of yours, you want blood. And you want, just like a white woman, her child dies, she will go to no end to make sure the police are doing their job. A black woman, Hispanic, deaf ears. That white woman, that white male will bug that police department until they find a suspect.
Or we go and hunt down ourselves.
I'm just saying. Why is it that we turn our heads on one and not the other? It ain't about Black Lives Matter. It's about black people who are dying before they get to the police car. It's about black people, Hispanic people, white people. It's about all people who die before they get to the police car. People are not making it even to the jail cell anymore. Then, if they do make it to the jail cell, something goes wrong in the jail. People don't even make it to court. I gotta go. See y'all Saturday.
On that note, peace out, people.
YAJF.
Y'all have a good,
YAJF.
and we'll see you.
YAJ.
I was here. We'll see you on Saturday. That's where I have to go.
I'm just saying. I'm no longer questioning God. I'm just questioning my existence. I'm not here to get brutalized by no dumbass cop or anybody else. I spent my 50 years doing what I'm supposed to do. I enjoy to die peacefully. That's all I'm saying.
Good night, Wanda.
Peace.
Welcome to YAJ.
Bye, Susie.
Welcome to YAJ.
Felissa.
Oh, God. Come on. There you go.
Who's Felissa?